Morning everyone, and we're doing chapter 12 of NCRT book from year 9 maths, which is Heron's formula. Right, for Indian context, what do you need to know before you start this chapter is that area of a triangle is half times base times height. Okay, when I teach this chapter, I ask children to be very careful of what side can be the base and what side can be the height. I'm pretty sure you know this till now. Okay, that's a triangle I've got now. If I use this side as the base of this, I will have to take this side as the height. Okay, and we're lucky here, this is a right angled triangle, 90-degree angle here, so this side can be the base, this side can be the height. On the other hand, if you want to take this side as the base, then this has to be the height. Now comes the question, if we do not have these two sides and instead we're given with this length. So if you want to use this side as the base now, then, ladies and gentlemen, the height we want to know is this bit, which falls straight on this base, which falls vertically down on this face. And at the moment, we don't have it, right? So finding area of this triangle, if I only know this side, will be harder. I will have to find the height, right? Just picking numbers at random, and let us say I'm going to pick 12 as this side and 5 as this side. So how would you find the area? Will be half times 12 times 5. That gives you 6 from here. Half of 12 times 5, 30, and I generally write square units. Right. Another prerequisite knowledge you need to know, guys, can you find the length of this side? Which rule, which mathematical formula you would use? Come on, begins with a P. It is the Pythagoras rule. Okay, I'm pretty sure you do know this as well. So that will be 12 squared plus 5 squared square root, which gives you 169 square root, which is 13. Okay. The Heron's formula is an extension of this. Whenever this formula fails to find area of the triangle, you might be able to find the area using Heron's formula. What do you need to have before we do the Heron's formula? We got to have all 3 side lengths of the triangle, which we do in this case. Okay, so let's draw this here. This is 12 and 5 and 13. The formula itself now, you can prove it, but I don't want you to prove it now. What we're going to do is you're going to just memorize this. Okay, I'll write the formula. Obviously, it's given in the form your book as well. Write the formula for you. So this is the formula which is given to you in the book, and you have to memorize this. I write this as CTM. Textbooks also write CTM sometimes. It's called commit to memory. You have to memorize this, guys. A, B, and C are the 3 lengths, which in this case can be 12, 5, and 13. Doesn't matter which one you take 12, which one you take 5, which one you take 13. Okay, and S is the semi-perimeter. Semi-perimeter is half of the perimeter. So perimeter is, guys, it is A plus B plus C. Then semi means you divide that by 2. Okay, so use this formula to work out the area, and I will discuss this with you in a few seconds. There you go. Right, so these are the numbers which you will need to put in the formula. A is going to be 12, 5 and 13, doesn't matter if you've taken A as 13 or A as 5, it doesn't matter. S is the perimeter first, 12 at 5 at 13, then we divide them by 2 is 15. Put these numbers into the formula and we get to this stage now. Okay, so you put these values in, you get to this stage, square root of 900, that should be 30. How would you find this, guys? Is the square, so square root of 900, you can write this as square root of 9 times square root of 100. Factorize this number, and this is a square number, so that's a 10, and this is a square number as well, that's a 3. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 square units. If this was given to you in centimeters, this would have been centimeters square. If this was given to you into meters, this answer would have been meters square. Okay, that's how we use Heron's formula in finding area of a triangle when the three sides are given. This is just a proof that the answer obviously will have to come same if you use whichever formula. So convenience is, if you have the height given, then you use half base times height. But if you do not have the height given, then you have to use this formula. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to be using some questions now from the exercise 1 and 2. 1 is about the formula and its applications, and 2 is more about the applications in finding area of the quadrilaterals. We do these questions one by one now. Just wait. Okay, so here we are, the questions on exercise 12.1. First question. I'm not going to do all the calculations for you. I'll leave that for you to do this yourself. I'll just explain to you the working out. Okay, question number 1. There's a signboard in which is an equilateral triangle. Its perimeter is 180 degrees. We're going to find its area. So what do we need to know for area? We need to know A and a B and a C, which we don't have. But since this is an equilateral triangle, all the three sides have to be equal. So what do? We divide 180 by 3 to get 60 centimeters. So A is 60, B is 60, C is 60, and S will be, perimeter is already given, that's 180 divided by 2, the answer is 90. So guys, put that into the formula which you know already, S times S minus A, S minus B, S minus C square root to find the area and work it out. So I'll set it up for you people. This is going to be S is equal to, so area is equal to, in the big square root, that will be 90 times 90 minus 60 is 30, times 90 minus 60 is again 30, times 90 minus 60 is again 30. Okay, so this is how many zeros? 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and that's 3 and 3 9, 9 and 3 27, 27, and 9 is going to be something, right? So you're going to work that out. 3 and 3 9, yeah, so this is some number there. You work it out, we see from there. So you need to find out the square root of this number, and that will be the area of this. I'll leave that to you. If you cannot find the square root, I will do another session to work out the square root on this. Okay, number 2. I said I'll teach you how to find the square root of this as well. So area would be, आपने क्या करना है, you have to find prime factors और कोई भी factors जो same हो. तो मैं इनको लिखूंगा 90 को मैं कैसे लिख सकता हूँ 9 times 10. Okay, so 30 को मैं कैसे लिख सकता हूँ 3 times 10. Remember, अब मैं same factor चाहता हूँ as much as we can get inside. This 30 is another 3 times 10. This 30 is another 3 times 10. So is 10 or is 10, एक पेड़ के लिए एक 10 comes outside the square root, because 100 का square root वो होता है 10. So आपने क्रॉस कर दिया. इन दोनों 10s के लिए भी एक 10 बार आ जाएगा. इन दोनों 3s के लिए एक 3 बार आ जाएगा. ओके, एंड 9 को भी आप फर्दर लिख सकते हो 3 times 3. So इन दोनों 3s के लिए भी एक 3 बार आ जाएगा. So you can see the only thing which is left inside is one of the 3s there. That will be staying inside the square root. So the answer is 100. So it will be 900 square root 3 square units. Okay, जो भी units हैं centimeter square. So ये area आ गया. In the second question now, this is the one side wall of the bridge. Okay, halanki there are two sides of the bridge. Okay, the company's question says hires only one of them, so we'll be finding area of only one of them. All the three sides given, like you know, A, B, and C. It doesn't matter which order you take them in. Okay, to add them all together, divide by 2 to find the semi perimeter, which is 132. So we use Heron's formula now. The area is going to be, guys, same thing, 132, which is S, times 132 take away 122, which is 10, times 132 take away 22, which is 110, and 132 take away 120 is 12. Okay, so अब मेरे को factorize करना है इनका. So let's see, 132 आप क्या लिख सकते हो, 12 times 11. मैंने क्यों लिखा 12? Because there is another 12 present, तो मेरे को फायदा हो जाएगा इसका. Okay, so ये 10 है, so 10 को ऐसे छोड़ देता हूँ. इसको भी 11 times 10 and इसको 12. आप छोटे फैक्टर्स भी कर सकते थे, but use intelligence, use common sense. अगर आपको pair of factors मिलते हैं तो आप उनको ऐसे ही रखो, so that वो आपका स्क्वायर रूट साइन से बाहर आ जाए. 11 and 11 and 10 and 10. That's it. Nothing's left in the square root. Brilliant. So everything is outside. So this answer is 12 times 1320 meters square of the area जो कंपनी को हायर करना है उस एडवर्टाइजमेंट के लिए. And the price, as you know, is given to you is 5,000 rupees per meter square. तो उनकी प्राइस निकालेंगे, टोटल क्या बनती है, 5,000 rupees per meter square for 1 year. So हमें चाहिए 3 महीने के लिए. So 1 year is 12 months. So हमें चाहिए 3 महीने के लिए उसका, तो 5,000 per meter square per year. तो उसको हमें 3 months के लिए चाहिए. तो कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? So 5,000 12 महीनों के लिए we divide them by 12 to find cost of 1 month, then times it by 3. So which is, so are you actually dividing 5,000 by 4? My quick method of dividing anything by 4 is you half it and half it again. 5,000 का half कितना हुआ जी, 2,500. उसका further half कितना हुआ, 1,250. So इतने रुपीस लगेंगे जी 3 महीने के लिए per meter square. लेकिन हमारे पास 1,320 है. So the total cost for 3 months will be 1,250 जो पर मीटर स्क्वायर 1 मीटर स्क्वायर की कॉस्ट है, टाइम्स बाय 1,320 जितना टोटल एरिया हम हायर करना है. सो इसको हम मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे. सो 0 and 0 को आप तो लिखो साइड पे, तो हमें 0 मल्टीप्लाइंग 125 बाय 132 कॉलम मेथड से मल्टीप्लाई करो, फिर इसका आंसर लिखेंगे आप. सो टोटल कॉस्ट आ गई 3 महीने के लिए 16 लाख एंड आई थिंक इट इज 16 lakhs and 40,000. तो हमें निकालना है इसके बाद फॉर ईच डे, दिस इज फॉर 3 months. तो दैट्स इट. हमें एज्यूम करना पड़ेगा कि ईच मंथ इज 30 days, अदरवाइज हमें पता नहीं मंथ्स कौन कौन से यूज कर रहे हैं. सो दिस विल बी डिवाइडेड दैट बाय, इन दैट केस डिवाइडिंग दिस बाय 90. ओके, सो आपको नॉक ऑफ 0, सो आपको 164,000 को 9 से डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा टू फाइंड कॉस्ट ऑफ ईच डे. 9 goes into 16 once, remainder 7. 9 goes into 74 8 times, remainder 2. 9 goes into 20 2 times, remainder 2. 9 goes into 22 times, remainder 2. So it's about 18,222 rupees, point another 20 pence or something. Guys, आंसर आ जाएगा उसका. That's question number 2. अब हम question number 3 को मूव करेंगे. This question number 3 is really straightforward. आपको A, B and C, all 3 things are given. Find S, then put that into the formula to find the area. So there's nothing for me to do this in this. Question number 4, you got 2 sides given, perimeter 42. So we're going to find the third side first. Perimeter क्या होता है? You add all the 3 sides to get to this perimeter. So if I add 10 and 18, that gives me 28. Take away from 42, I get 14 as my third side. So I've got A, B and C. I can find S, which will be half of that. That is going to be 21. Put these things into the formula and find the answer of this area. Okay. Number 5. This is a good one. Sides and ratio 12, 17, 25. So ये A, B or C नहीं है. They could be something different. So what do we have to do? We have to divide the total of that things should be 540. So you have to find the sides first. Divide 540 in this ratio with whichever method, or I'm going to teach you a method now. Okay, so the total of the three sides which are in the ratio 12, 17, 25 is 540, but these are not the actual lengths. So let's find out the actual lengths. How do you find actual from the ratio? You multiply every ratio by the same letter, and generally we use x. 12x, 17x and 25x. So we know 12x plus 17x plus 25x should be equal to 540. Solve the equation. This is 29 and 25x gives you 54x equals 540. जो आपको दे देगा x equals 10. So the actual lengths, which is A, B and C, are now 12 times 10, because 12x is 120, 17 times 10, which is 170, and you're looking at now 25 times 10, which is 250. Add them together, they should give you 540. So right, once again we reach the stage when we have A, B and C. We can find S from here, add them together, which is 540 divided by 2 will be 270. Put these four things into the formula and work out the area. Okay, we look at question number 6 now. Right, another one of the same kind. It's an isosceles triangle. Equal sides are given to me as 12 and 12. Perimeter is given as 30. We can find the third side, add these two together, 24. How much more to make it 30, which is 6. So guys, I got A, B and C are known to me now. S is also known to me because we do half of that. Put this into the formula and you get the area of this triangle as well. So that's it. This finishes exercise 12.1. We move on to exercise 12.2 now. Okay, so here you are. This is question number 1. A quadrilateral with 4 sides given and angle C was given to as 90. So how would you use Heron's formula to find the area of this quadrilateral is? Because Heron's formula is used only for triangles, you have to divide this into 2 different triangles. Okay, so ideally I think we should divide in this way. Let's call this triangle 1. Let's call this triangle 2. So triangle 1 area is simple because it's a right angled triangle. The A side base and this side is the height. This is half times 12 times 5. This is 30 square units. Easier to use this. Okay, we can, for this triangle 2, it's not a right angle triangle, so we don't know the height of this triangle, so we have to use Heron's formula. But we need the third side. Triangle 2 is this now, guys. This is D, A and B. I've got 9, I've got 8. I don't know this side, BD. So can we find BD using any of the known formulas we discussed already in the introduction? Begins with a P. We use Pythagoras, guys, to find BD. This is B, that's D, and that's C. Okay, how do we use Pythagoras for this one? This is the longer side, this is the hypotenuse. We have to add these two. So 12 squared plus 5 squared square root gives you 13. So BD is 13. Okay, and BD is 13. That's it. Now I know all the 3 sides. People, put that in the Heron's formula. You can find S first. You know A, B and C. Find S and use Heron's formula to find the area. Then what you need to do, you have to add this 30 into the new answer you get. That will be the area of the quadrilateral. Move on to question number 2. Okay, question 2 is fairly straightforward. I've just drawn a rough sketch of the diagram. Obviously it is not exact, okay, but you can find the area of this triangle ADC using A, B and C, and you can find the area of triangle ABC using 5, 3 and 4, and then add the 2 areas together to find the area of the whole quadrilateral. Move on to the next question. Okay, question number 3. Radha's aeroplane, paper aeroplane. We're going to find how much area of the paper she needs to use. So it's an isosceles triangle. So 5 here, 5 here, and 1 here at the bottom. Guys, we're going to use A, B and C and find S to make Heron's formula to work that out. Okay, I'll leave that to you. This is rectangle section 2, so that will be 6.5 times 1. That is the area of this rectangular paper. This is a trapezium. I don't know if you know the formula. I will tell you this. There's a different formula for this. We use A and B as the parallel sides in this. So half times the total of the parallel sides times by the height. And I don't know what this height is. We'll figure that out in a minute. Okay. This is a right angle triangle, 4 and 5 both. So it'll be half times the base, 1.5 times 6. Then you have to double it because there are two triangles. Okay. Then add all the areas, then work out the total area of the paper that we'll have to use for an airplane. Height given to you is 1 as well. So what you need to do is you do half times 2 plus 1 A and B, the parallel sides, times by 1. So ये आपका आंसर आ जाएगा जी 1.5 square units. So add all the four areas to work out how much area Radha needs for her aeroplane. So question 4, you've been given that area of the triangle and the parallelogram is the same. So first find area of the triangle. You got 28, 26 and 30. So you got your A, B's and C's. You can work out to find S. Use Heron's formula to find the area. Then you've been given that area of the parallelogram is same as area of the triangle. So it should be base times the height. Should be that area. Base is 28. So height of the parallelogram will be whatever the answer to that area is. Divide that by 28. That'll be the height of the parallelogram. Okay, so this is a problem solving question. You were given that area of the triangle is same as area of the parallelogram. So first find area of the triangle using Heron's rule. You got A, B and C. You're going to find S. Then you're going to use Heron's formula. When you find that area of the parallelogram is base times height. So you have base is 28 given to you. So divide that area by 28 to find the height of the parallelogram. Move on to next question. Right, so question number 5 talks about a rhombus, the field in the shape of rhombus. Rhombus is it's a quadrilateral with all four sides equal. They've given me side as 30 and we have to divide this as into two triangles. Longest diagonal given to me is 48 meters. So I'll find area of one of these triangles using the Heron's formula. Find S first and then times that area by 2 to get area of the whole rhombus, and that area is enough for 18 cows, they say. So whatever area is there I'm going to get, I divide that by 18 to find area which will be given to each cow for grazing, and that finishes question number 5. Right, so question number 6 is talking about an umbrella which is made of 10 triangular pieces of 2 colors. So I'm imagining that each color is having the same number of pieces, so 5 and 5 each, so 5 pieces for each color. So triangle, we know the sides, we know 50, 50 and 20 centimeters. So what we need to do is use Heron's formula. A is 50, B is 50, C is 20. Find S, use Heron's formula to find area of one of them, times that by 5. That should give you area of the each color cloth you will need to make that umbrella. Okay, move on to next question. Okay, question 7, part 3 is straightforward. It's a triangle with A, B and C. So part 3 you will be using A as 8, B as 6, C as 6. You're going to use Heron's formula, find S and use Heron's formula to find the area. Part 1, the diagonal I know is 32 and it's a square. Square means all the angles are 90 degrees. I haven't made the diagram very well. Okay, so you can first need to find this, or I'll teach you another method, guys. Since in a square the diagonals bisect each other, so this diagonal is also 32. That will be divided to make it 16. So part 1 we don't need Heron's formula for this. That's 32, this is 16, so it will be half times 32 base times height 16. So up you'll do 16 times 16, which gives you 256 square centimeter. That is the area of part 1, and because it's a square, area of part 2 will be same as that. So we do 256 for the first, 256 for the second, and whatever the answer to this one is for the third part. That's how you find the area of this whole kite, all the 3 different types. Right, so question number 8, there are 8 tiles of gray color as shown in the diagram, 8 tiles of white color, total 16. It's a triangle shape, 3 sides given. A is 28, B is 9, C is 35. Use Heron's formula to find the area of 1. And then if you want to find only paint the half, only gray, if I assume, then you times 50p times 8 times of that area. Remember, area of one triangle times by 8 times by 50p to give the money. If you have to paint everything white and gray both, then it will be area times by 16, then times by 50p to find the money. Then you can change that into rupees by dividing by 100 in the end. Once again, if the area is to be found, if paint is only to be done on the gray tiles, then you times the area by 8, then find the money times by 50p. If you have to paint the whole area, that means a gray and white both, then times the area by 16, then times by 50p to find the total money. So question 9 is a bit trickier, problem solving. It's a trapezium, all 4 sides given. These are the parallel sides. We have to find the area. To find the area of trapezium, we need to find the height. So how can you find the height is this. You draw a perpendicular from here. Draw a perpendicular from here. So that's a 10. This is 13. So you can, this is not 10, sorry. So this is 25. You're going to find that height there. Okay, this is 10. So these two total will add to give you 15. So you're going to find one of these 3 lengths there to use Heron's formula there, or you can find the height to work out the Heron's formula. So right, with that we finished, but I want to come back to one of the questions in the first exercise I've done, question number 2. Guys, when you work out this one, I divided this money, 5,000 rupees, times by 2640 the area. I divided that by 3. But then that's mistake. I should have divided that by 4 actually, because there are 3 months in a year, 4 quarters. That comes out as 33 lakhs. Then divide that by number of days, whichever, to find the answer, price for 1 day. Once again, in this question, I divided this total money for whole year, divide that by 3. But I had to find it for 3 months. That means I have to divide it by 4, because 3 months make 1 quarter of the year. Okay guys, with that we finish this unit and we come back with another unit, another video with another unit. Okay, enjoy yourself. Bye bye.